It's finals time in the Liberty A-League and there is no tomorrow for the loser. One of Melbourne City or Melbourne Victory will advance to the preliminary final. The other will say season over. The question is, who will it be? Casey Fields ready to look at a Melbourne derby for the second time in finals. The stakes heightened that little bit more. Melbourne City make one change to the starting 11. Cote Rojas, the number 19, into the starters. It moves the Kiwi international Hannah Wilkinson to the bench. And amongst those subs, Isabella Ricardo, the defender, is preferred to Darcy Malone, the midfielder, who drops out of the matchday squad. Melbourne City drew 3-3 with Canberra United 13 days ago. Have they learnt their lessons, having conceded 7 goals in their last 2 games? And Melbourne Victory make no changes to the team that drew 2-2 with the Wellington Phoenix on the final Saturday of the home and away season 14 days ago. One change to the bench. Rosie Curtis comes in for Ava Breedis among the substitutes, but Jeff Hopkins is going to trust the 11 that finished the home and away, squeaking by goal difference into the finals. Dario Vidic, after losing at Amy Park to Melbourne Victory earlier in the season, now has the head-to-head squared away at 8 wins apiece between these two clubs. Just the one draw ever played, but as I mentioned, it was earlier this season. Shaking hands with his counterpart, Jeff Hopkins here.
Hopefully, a bit of response will be nice. Good luck this week after. Good luck.
Not sure how much I picked up from eavesdropping there, but Jeff Hopkins and Dario Vidic keeping it diplomatic. So Casey Fields set to go, and the Liberty A-League elimination final between Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory is underway, with the nominal away team Victory attacking the left of your screens in this first half, and Beatty Goad taking early possession, but then losing out to Cote Rojas. And Teresa, I'm going to drop the big stat of the day on you straight off the top. Teams that concede first in finals have only ever emerged on the winning team in 6 games out of 43. So the importance of scoring first, it's important in any game, but it really is heightened at finals time as we see Caitlin Torpey run into Claudia Bunge's challenge here.
Huge stat, Teo, and the percentage was at 14%, so that is very telling, and we'll see who scores first in today's fixture. That'll definitely make that stat very, very interesting.
As we see a shout for a handball here, and it's reminiscent of Amy Park, where Emma Checker, arguing it came off her face, but she gave away a penalty last time these two teams met for a handball, and it must be a feeling of deja vu.
Definitely. Here we go. The ball did bounce, take a little deflection off Zimmerman's foot there, and the hand was against her body. Bit of a tough one there, and a very dangerous position for Victory.
And Melissa Barbieri, the City goalkeeper, will have done her homework on Alana Murphy here, but Murphy must step up, totally confident given that she's got the super boot.
She'll be loving this position here, Murphy. She's a technician, and there'll be definitely a few City fans biting their nails at the moment.
Just 17 years old, but already playing game number 30. There is Alana Murphy. Grew up not too far from Casey Fields. The rain has started, but she's a Langwarrin girl, Alana Murphy. This will be just about home turf for her. 5 in the wall. Melissa Barbieri waits in goal. A big early moment. Murphy puts the free kick around the wall, but Barbieri tips it past the post, and we have our first shot on target.
She did do her homework, Barbieri. That's a great save off a nifty little free kick here around the wall. Keeps it low. Awkward bounce, and Barbieri dealt with that very well. And
this camera angle here shows the ground that Barbieri had to cover. And now McKenna. Happy to slow things down. You spoke about this already, Teresa, just the organisation of Melbourne City trying to get their passing game going. It's not on song today so far, as Checker finds Grosso with a little bit of room to manoeuvre. And now Bowen hitting up Policina. This is better from City, albeit a little bit ponderous and a little bit slow.
A little bit slow at the moment, and yeah, they've got to be careful, and they've got to get it together soon. We've already passed that 10-minute mark, which is normally when you settle into a game. So if they're not careful and they're dispossessing the wrong area, Victory will punish them.
Here's Grosso getting forward for the tap-in for McNamara. Great save from Dumont. It's a point-blank save. And the first time we've seen Julia Grosso get down the left, put it into a great position, but McNamara was foiled.
She was foiled, and that went really against the run of play here. That's a really good cross from Grosso, a cross goal, and what a save from Casey Dumont. She kept herself big, and great block from Casey there. Fantastic.
How much of this is the keeper? How much of that's the finish?
Oh, a bit of both, but you've got to give props to the goalkeeper there. She made herself big.
Brings the ball to ground and then has to hold off Pollicina with real strength, and then strikes the ball long down the left side. Chinema has it covered. What do you make of, see, the little tactical nuances and battles within the battle? What did you make of that passage of play there? I'll come back to that in a moment, because Czech has almost been worried out of possession by Ayres. Ayres wins the ball back cleanly too. Swinging in across. Oh, Barbieri's dropped it. It's a scramble, and it's been missed by Zimmerman. What an opportunity for victory. Both Eliadis and Zimmerman with a loose ball in the penalty area, but it goes high. What a let-off.
What a let-off, all right. And that came from nothing. We had a cross from Ayres, and that's catching practice basically for Bubs, and she's dropped it on that occasion and created an opportunity for victory there. Very fortunate for City.
Well, it was a twofold mistake, wasn't it? Because Checker got caught in possession by Ayres, and then Barbieri dropped the cross. So it's not like they didn't have chances to get that ball out of danger. Go to Tatham, has to be careful, coughs up the ball, Tatham, and Pollicina takes over, flashes it out to McNamara, on the tight angle, cuts it across, City score! And the player who started the move, Rihanna Pollicina, is the deadlock breaker. Such a costly giveaway from victory, and it's Rihanna Pollicina with goal number 9 of the season that makes it City 1-0.
And that's what Pollicina does best. She combined with Holly McNamara, played her out, continued a darting run into the box. Of course, Holly McNamara finds her, and beautiful finish. Here it is. Here's where it started. It was a press, 2-player press on Nat Tatham. Holly McNamara goes away. Great cross to Pollicina, and what a finish.
It's the same combination that scored City's second goal against Canberra, and Pollicina finishing in a similar style, sliding in on the ground. But McNamara and Pollicina, the pincer movement there on Tatham, they picked their moment when to press, didn't they?
They did. They picked their moment. It was the perfect moment. They won it in a really vulnerable area for victory, and this is what it results in. Very dangerous pair, those two.
As we know, teams come from behind to win in finals just 14% of the time, Teresa. Melbourne Victory are going to have to, even if they get a draw, even if they get it to penalties, the odds are against them from here.
Well, look, the way they've gotten into finals the last 2-3 seasons, against all odds. So I wouldn't put it past them, Nate. If there's a team that can do it, it's the Victory.
City would love a second, though. Cote Rojas now up and stepping and taking on Nash, who's grabbing and grappling, and Rojas keeps her feet. Morrison clears initially. Galich loaded up for the cross. Deflected by Zimmerman. Now Bowen. Pollicina has one. Pollicina is denied. City so close to 2 in quick succession. And it slid wide. Dumont didn't get a touch. It's a goal kick.
And it's amazing how a goal can change a game. Look at that lovely touch there from Bowen. And the last player you want it landing at is Pollicina in that area. She's so good at finishing.
I suspect the whistle's in the mouth to whistle for half-time. Indeed, there it is. Not even the throw taken. And so it's Rihanna Pollicina who's the difference between the two teams at the moment. And as things stand, the back-to-back Liberty A-League champions will be going out in the elimination final. But we know that there is so much more to the story in finals football. Holly McNamara has the assist. Rihanna Pollicina's goal is the difference. At half-time, it's Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 0. And it's City who start proceedings 1 goal to the good. Teresa Polias, as the second half kicks off, Melbourne Victory will be chasing the game. As we see this pass here from Zimmerman run down to Beattie Goad and out for a goal kick. Something caught our eye as the Victory players came back out onto the pitch for the start of the second half.
It did. We saw Jeff Hopkins having a close chat with Melina Ayres, and you know what? His words could be magic. He is a magic coach, so If someone can break that deadlock for the victory, it's Melina Ayres.
Jess Nash, the right back, getting forward, and Grosso puts the ball behind for a corner kick. Got a bit of a delay here as we have the referee just laying down the law, doing the talking to of defenders and attackers. Who's treading on each other's toes in this big pack of players. Victory corner then. And it's turned off the crossbar by Eliadis. Acrobatic from Ayres, keeps the ball down in attack. Goad, the corner taker, charges in. Can't force it forward. Murphy, though, second time ball potentially on the way. Murphy, it's a low cross and dealt with by Grosso, who just drives it away. And Tiff Eliadis, so close.
So close. It was a great delivery from Goad there, and Eliadis was waiting for it. She was ready and glanced it behind her, but it hits the crossbar, unfortunately, for victory.
Even the underside of the crossbar would have gone in, and then Ayres, the spectacular, didn't quite come off, but, well, so close for Melbourne Victory, and they sense their chance to really press for the equaliser. And the referee is whistling for a penalty. Naomi Chinnaman has been penalised for how she went in on Beattie Goad, and even though the shot went wide, Melbourne Victory will get another chance here to score from the penalty spot.
Well, the City players are asking the question. They're definitely not happy about this, but here it is. Oof. A late challenge there from Chinnama.
Well, the ball's long gone for starters. It's all about Beattie Goad's left leg there being caught in between Chinnama's two-footed challenge. Is that a fair enough call for the penalty kick?
Look, I think the biggest thing for the ref, she didn't get any part of the ball and got all legs there. So it's hard to argue that one.
And so Melina Ayres will step out the run-up to try and score the equaliser here for Melbourne Victory. 9 for the season for Ayres, to make it 10, to make it 1-1 in the elimination final. Melissa Barbieri waits on the goal line. Here's the penalty. And Ayres scores! Victory a level! And this final has plenty of twists and turns to come. Double figures for the season for Ayres. And it's 1-1.
It's 1-1, and what a penalty. Goes the opposite way of the keeper, perfectly taken. And Melina Ayres, the one we said could step up, has stepped up. Game on, Teo.
And even though she's got a huge strapping around that right knee, there were no issues whatsoever. A picture of concentration before the penalty, T. And look at that, not giving a great deal away afterwards. No smile, all business. Grosso. You saw Policina asking for the return pass. It gets there eventually. Gallage. And now Torpy again, skimming off the crossbar. And the right wing back, who really knows how to pick her moments to get forward, is saying there was a deflection, doesn't get the corner, and so it's flush off the crossbar and out.
She's really busy at the moment, Caitlin Torpy. Here's another chance from her. Great strike there, and tips off the top of that crossbar.
Beattie Goad was right there stride for stride, but Torpy sliding into the shot. Really improvised technique there to get that shot away. City really looking shaky, trying to play out from the back. It's come unstuck. Murphy. Ayres. Melbourne Victory have turned it around, and it's on the back of their star striker, Melina Ayres. And if there was a textbook goal that City have coughed up this season, they tied themselves up in knots playing out from the back, and Melina Ayres made them pay.
She definitely made them pay. What a finish. Ball landed right to her feet, and she wasn't closed down quick enough. You cannot give a player like Melina Ayres that amount of time and space to finish on goal like that. What a finish, and what a comeback from Melbourne Victory.
Melina Ayres, yeah, it's a fired up celebration for goal number 11 of the campaign. Check out Ayres for a hat-trick! A shallow clearance, and who was there? Who was looming? Who was scoring? Melina Ayres is becoming inevitable. The defending champions say not just yet. They are less than 20 minutes away from progressing.
The ball comes across from Beattie Goad. Emma Checker couldn't deal well with it. She didn't get a convincing clearance on it. And who does it land to? Melina Ayres. She read that. She knew where the ball was going, and she's not going to miss from there. What a finish.
Melina Ayres joins the most exclusive of clubs. Players who've scored hat-tricks in finals. Sam Kerr and Melina Ayres. Not a bad duo.
Not a bad duo at all.
City just doesn't seem to be many gaps opening up for them. McKenna was clever, made a gap where there wasn't one and nearly threaded through Policina as Bunge puts the ball out for a throw.
They're just very stagnant at the moment. Those gaps open up when players move.
McNamara leaves the ball with Grosso. Grosso hits the cross. Henry's there. Policina's there! And it's game back on! 2 for Rihanna Policina! And tensions, it is a derby, will be heightened here. The goal counts though, and Melbourne City, they are back within the odd goal and they've got more than 10 minutes to play with.
Plenty of time. That ball came in and it just dropped, and the Victory players were sort of looking at that ball. No one went for it, but who's there? The player that always continues her run into the box. Rihanna Policina made no mistake. Great finish, and what an end to the game we have.
Now Henry inside for McKenna. McKenna finds Policina. Policina with space to exploit, building ahead of steam. Here's McNamara. McNamara jags left. McNamara! Penalty, handball! City will go to the spot to equalise. And there's a yellow card straight out of the pocket for Leah Privatelli for the back chat. But this is high drama. It's a spot kick.
The drama, Teo, I'm on the edge of my seat. What a finish to this game. It was a beautiful attack here from City, and Holly McNamara, she's just so good one-on-one. Gets a dangerous ball across, and handball. A handball's a handball. Good call from the ref.
Trailing arm from Claudia Bunge. McNamara, let's have another look. Yeah, it's the right hand, the trailing arm that's blocked the cross. Great camera angle showing us the infringement, and it's McNamara herself that steps up. Casey Dumont, the only goalkeeper to have won 2 penalty shootouts in the history of the A-League Women's. If ever there was a spot kick that needed to be saved, it was now. McNamara, saved by Dumont! And on the big stage, it's Casey Dumont that knows how to get it done.
She does, Teo. From my own experience, I know that Casey Dumont is the best shot stopper when it comes to penalties. She read that perfectly.
Last chance saloon now for Melbourne City. Their season hanging by a thread. Nash's clearance shanked out towards the line. Bowen says, I'll take the throw. McKenna. Grosso, if a player was going to make it happen, maybe her. Bowen. Wilkinson wants the ball in the mixer. Up it goes. Headed away once again. Torpy with a shot. Deflected. Wilkinson's there! Wilkinson's there! And Melbourne City are level at the very, very last! Remember where you were. You won't forget this one. It's 3-3.
3-3 right on the 7th minute. What a follow-up here from Hannah Wilkinson. She didn't give up. She timed it perfectly and got that over Casey Dumont, of all people. What a finish.
And a huge call for the assistant referee. I mean, it's just not a common-looking passage of play. It deflected off Kayla Morrison, so you'd have to say that the high loop, it was okay. And after the penalty was saved in the 89th minute, salvation arrives, and Holly McNamara, look at poor Casey Dumont there with stacks on the mill next to her for all the Melbourne City players, and Jeff Hopkins, he'll be sick to his stomach. And if if you are enjoying this game, I've got some good news for you. We've got extra time coming up for 30 more minutes. Don't go anywhere. And if you have a group chat, tell your friends, get it on Paramount Plus and watch the Liberty A-League, because this game, the twists and the turns, we are guaranteed to have just the 7th come-from-behind winner in the history of the final series, because both teams did it inside a crazy 90 minutes, which ends at Casey Fields in the rain. Melbourne City 3, Melbourne Victory 3. Here's Briley Henry with a shot and a good save by Dumont. And Henry, one of the subs, really looking to push that across the keeper, and Dumont at full strength palmed it away.
Great palm away, and then she's giving orders to her troops. She's not happy that Briley Henry's been able to get that shot away.
It's City, who are rolling downhill here. Can they do it in a way that leads to hitting the back of the net? There's a booking here, and it's going to be a red card for Amy Jackson. The second yellow has arrived, and we've been talking about it really ever since the first half of this game. There's a bit of afters, but Jackson, a veteran, is going to leave the pitch, and it means that she will be suspended if Victory win through to the preliminary final.
Look, we have spoken about this pretty much all game, and going into extra time, you're tired, you've got limited subs, and Jeff made the call to take Eliadis off, so unfortunate for Victory here.
And, well, you think back to the full-blooded challenge earlier in the game, and you'd have to say that Amy Jackson cumulatively has earned that second yellow. Torby, Policina on the turn, Dumont again. Behind for a corner it goes, and Rihanna Policina has foiled a hat-trick and a Melbourne City winner.
This is nail-biting stuff. Casey Dumont steps up once again. It's a loose ball from Victory. And Torpy plays it into Policina. Nifty little turn and shot there.
I mean, that angle shows just how much space Policina had to pick her mark, and what a good save that was.
They're just so tired, the Victory defenders at the moment.
And for the first time since January 2016, a Liberty A-League game will need a penalty shootout to be decided. For the first time in 7 years, we're going to spot kicks to find a winner. Keeper versus keeper. What a way to start the shootout. Casey Dumont for Victory to get the shootout started. Makes it 1-0. A picture of concentration. But Dumont makes the save. And there was a bit of backspin, but Dumont makes sure. Off the woodwork. And Melbourne Victory are on the precipice of going through. Melissa Barbieri bounces around on the line. Murphy to win it. The title defence continues for Melbourne Victory. And one of the great Liberty A-League finals ends with Melbourne Victory prevailing on penalty kicks. And so that is the final equation. After a 3-3 draw, Melbourne Victory win 4-1 on penalty kicks.